Imagine your child was born in the United States, on American soil, but the government is now threatening to say that child is not a U.S. citizen. That is exactly the fear that hundreds of thousands of immigrant families across this country are living with right now. President Trump has signed an executive order targeting birthright citizenship, a right that has been protected by the U.S. Constitution for over 150 years. And if it stands, it could change everything for families like yours. Stay with us. This is one of the most important immigration stories of 2025, and we are going to break it all down for you right now. Welcome back to Immigration Radar USA, the channel where we give you clear, accurate, and up-to-date information on U.S. immigration. I'm your host, and today we are covering one of the most controversial immigration moves the United States has seen in decades. We are talking about birthright citizenship, the legal right that says any child born on U.S. soil is automatically an American citizen. This right comes from the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, ratified in 1868. It has been the law of the land for over 150 years. But on January 20th, 2025, on his very first day back in office, President Donald Trump signed an executive order that directly challenges this right. Today's update is based on federal court filings, legal analysis, and information from official U.S. government sources, including actions under review by the federal judiciary. We will tell you what the order says, what the courts have done, who is affected, and what you and your family should know right now. Let's get into it. What exactly did Trump's executive order say? The executive order, signed on January 20th, 2025, instructs federal agencies to stop automatically granting U.S. citizenship to children born in the United States if, and this is key, if their parents are in the country without legal status, or if their parents are here on temporary visas. That includes tourist visas, student visas, work visas like H-1B and others. In simple terms, under this order, being born in America would no longer automatically make you American, unless at least one of your parents is a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident, also known as a green card holder. This is a massive shift, and it goes directly against the text of the 14th Amendment, which says, and I'm reading directly, all persons born or naturalized in the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States. Why did Trump sign this order? The Trump administration argues that the phrase subject to the jurisdiction thereof has been misinterpreted for decades. They claim that children of undocumented immigrants or temporary visa holders are not fully subject to the jurisdiction of the United States and therefore should not automatically receive citizenship. This is a legal argument that most constitutional scholars strongly disagree with. Birthright citizenship has been settled law since the Supreme Court case United States v. Wong Kim Ark in 1898, where the court ruled that children born on U.S. soil to foreign nationals are citizens. But the Trump administration is pushing forward regardless, hoping that today's more conservative federal courts, and potentially the Supreme Court, will agree with their new interpretation. What did the courts do? The courts moved fast. Within hours of the order being signed, multiple states filed lawsuits to block it. Federal judges in Seattle, Maryland, and Massachusetts issued temporary restraining orders, essentially telling the federal government, you cannot enforce this order while the legal challenge plays out in court. One federal judge in Seattle called the executive order blatantly unconstitutional. Those are strong words from a federal judge. As of now, the executive order is blocked. It is not being enforced. But legal battles are continuing, and the issue is expected to eventually reach the U.S. Supreme Court. Who would be affected if this order ever takes effect? The Pew Research Center estimates that roughly 150,000 to 200,000 children are born each year in the U.S. to parents who are undocumented. Additionally, hundreds of thousands more are born to parents on temporary visas, students, workers, tourists, and others. Under the Trump executive order, all of these children, if the order is eventually upheld, could be denied U.S. citizenship at birth. They would be born stateless or take on the nationality of their parents' home country, even though they never lived there. What does this mean for you right now? First, and we want to be very clear about this, right now, birthright citizenship is still the law. The executive order is blocked. If your child is born in the United States today, tomorrow, or next month, they are still legally a U.S. citizen under current court orders. Nothing has changed on the ground yet. But we understand the fear is very real. Let's talk about the different groups of people this affects. Group 1. Undocumented immigrant parents. If you are undocumented and expecting a child, or if you already have a U.S.-born child, your child's citizenship is still valid and recognized today. The courts have blocked the order. However, it is more important than ever to have documentation proving your child was born in the U.S. Get a birth certificate, apply for a U.S. passport, and keep all records safe. Do not delay these steps. Group 2. Parents on temporary visas, H-1B, F-1, J-1, L-1, and others. Many families in this group are particularly alarmed, and understandably so. You came here legally, you followed the rules, you pay taxes, and now you're being told your child's citizenship could be taken away. That is deeply unfair, and the courts have recognized it. For now, your child is a U.S. citizen. Make sure you have your child's birth certificate, social security card, and U.S. passport. These documents establish your child's citizenship status on record. Also, if you are on an H-1B or other work visa and have a pending green card application, now is a good time to speak with an immigration attorney about your options. The more you can secure your own permanent residency, the stronger your family's stability will be, regardless of how this case is ultimately decided. Group 3. Families already living with U.S.-born children. If your child was born in the U.S. before January 20th, 2025, and is already documented as a U.S. citizen, there is no current threat to that citizenship. The executive order was only intended to apply to children born after the order's signing, and even that application is blocked by the courts. What is the psychological toll? Beyond the legal arguments and court battles, there is a human story here that we cannot ignore. Across the country, pregnant immigrant mothers are reporting anxiety, sleepless nights, and fear about their unborn children's futures. Fathers on work visas are questioning whether the lives they built in America are stable. Community organizations are overwhelmed with calls from families seeking answers. This level of fear is real, and it is exactly what broad, sweeping policy threats create, even when they are blocked in court. Knowing your rights is your most powerful tool against that fear. What should you do right now? Number 1, stay informed. Follow trusted immigration news sources and check official government websites like uscis.gov for updates. Number 2, consult a licensed immigration attorney. Do not rely on rumors or social media. An attorney can give you advice specific to your family's situation. Number 3, secure your documents. Birth certificates, passports, social security cards. Keep copies in multiple safe places. Number 4, do not make major decisions based on panic. The courts are actively protecting birthright citizenship rights. The situation is being monitored closely at the highest levels of the legal system. And number 5, know your constitutional rights. The 14th Amendment is still in the Constitution. It has not been repealed. Only a constitutional amendment, which requires approval from 2/3 of Congress and 3/4 of U.S. states, can change it. An executive order alone cannot override the Constitution. On January 20th, 2025, President Trump signed an executive order attempting to end automatic birthright citizenship for children born to undocumented immigrants and parents on temporary visas. Multiple federal courts have blocked this order, ruling it unconstitutional. Birthright citizenship remains the law of the land today. If the legal battle continues and reaches the Supreme Court, the stakes could not be higher for hundreds of thousands of families, for the meaning of the 14th Amendment, and for what it means to be born in America. For now, know your rights, secure your documents, consult an immigration attorney if you have concerns, and stay informed. We will continue to monitor every development in this case and bring you updates as they happen. Your family deserves accurate information, not fear, not rumors, not confusion. That is why Immigration Radar USA exists. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps other immigrant families find this information when they need it most. Thank you for watching Immigration Radar USA. Subscribe for the latest U.S. immigration updates.